button, and I don't know what's going on. Looks like
Oh,
there we go. Looks like we are live.
alrighty.
Pull it up on YouTube. Make sure that we are live.
Good deal.
I think I would know where my channel is. 1 second. Here we go. DUMPSTERCON after the fact. What's going on, Daniel?
Hey,
not
too
too
bad.
Monday
morning, just getting back into the groove of things after DRSCon.
Had to look at the time. More like Monday afternoon, man. You just wake up?
Yeah.
Oh,
well.
Yeah.
We're here. We're here.
I
was up at what, 5 or 6. I came back to some buddies helping me with picking up or dropping me off dumpster. So I picked up 4 and then dropped off 1 today. So
nice. Staying busy.
Cleaning up. So yeah.
Nice. Well, so wanted to do a quick follow up to our what we did it the night before DRS day 1, right? DRSCon. So wanted to do a quick follow up to our video and kind of let everybody know our thoughts as far as DUMPSTERCON, the pros and cons, kind of a quick overview of what it even was. I still have people asking what DUMPSTERCON was on Facebook and on YouTube. So I guess I'll ask you. Let me just start. I'll just kind of ask you, I guess. What did you feel DUMPSTERCON was all about? How did you like it? What did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy? Things like that.
So DUMPSTERCON, put on by DRS, Dumpster Systems, to me was them giving us the tools, using their system, but them enabling us as business owners of dumpster rental businesses to be able to enable us to do more with their system, to build us up as business owners, to encourage each other for networking purposes, teaching, as well as plugging and playing thing. Just overall, just connecting dots for us as business owners, so that we can be in a better position to go out and attack in our business, to move forward and to put things together. So to me, it was just it's a supercharger, moment of just getting things put together as a business. So it was pretty awesome.
So one thing that I want to really kind of mention is it's not a convention, DUMPSTERCON. It's not like a convention or a big industry show. It was more like how would you call it? More like a company's. Well, it's basically their customers, right? So we are all of DRS's customers. It's more of a conference of meet the company, meet our big team. They had a huge team. I would say there had to have been at least 20 plus workers there, right? I had no idea that DRS was as big as as they are. I mean, you think of a software company just being just a software company, but when you look at it, I mean, again, when I think I told you, but when you think you're calling your software's tech support, I'm thinking I'm gonna get somebody overseas or just something, and instead I get web dev team, which is like Brittany and I don't know who else there was, but literally right there in the office with everybody else. I was surprised at that. I don't know about you.
So I was there the first day, which was technically the optional day. So I was there
just after 10 a.m. when they opened it up for 5 hours worth of tech support for any questions you have. So I showed up there with a laundry list of questions, and at each table there was somebody there ready to roll, and they were continuously just going from one person to the next, answering questions, connecting things, pulling up the file folder. Everybody who was there was a Dumpster Rental Systems customer with their own business. So immediately I got all my questions answered. I got a lot of a few things weren't able to be taken care of immediately, but they were going to put in a ticket on my behalf for web dev to look at it later. A longer process of a ask, I guess. So overall, that first day was just incredibly helpful to me. Just some of the questions I could have asked over the phone, and me trying to explain what I'm trying to point on the website or point at the back end. I don't know what to really say. And so to have somebody there in person going through everything with me was huge for me to probably a time saver as well, to just work through everything. So that was a huge thing for me that first optional day. Then I think they had poker and games and stuff later in the evening, that optional day on Wednesday. So that was huge for me, that first day going. And yeah, just them helping us with any possible situation we might have going on. So
Yeah. So and we had some comments on Facebook that there was some echo. So sorry about that. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I'll try not to talk so loud. I'm in my office, but no. So yeah, day one was pretty cool. Like pretty much they had speakers. I think Jeremy Throkill from DRS. He talked a lot about cold calling and stuff like that. And Dan, you're going to talk about that here in a minute, but there was definitely some good speakers. So basically what it was about, I'd say 30 to 50, probably around 40, give or take, companies that were in this big conference room, and then speakers obviously up front. And then they had vendors in another section in the far back, which was pretty cool. So we had about four different vendors. And honestly, like I think it's got room to grow. Definitely in the next coming years, for being year one, the first time that they've done this kind of event, at least in the dumpster side of things. I know their ERS, their event rentals systems, is their conference is a lot bigger, 150 people, give or take. I don't know how they fit them all there in that room that we were in, but I can imagine they got it going on. They've been doing it for several years.
Right. Yeah. Starting off, I think the first thing on the first official day, that cold calling with Jeremy, where he actually walked us through multiple calls where he was talking to a customer and literally just cold calling, seeing if he can get any leverage getting into the door, having more of a conversation with the decision maker, several questions, to find out the answers to with those phone calls, and really getting, in the nicest way possible, getting all the information so that when he does get to the decision maker, he already has a lot of these pieces of information, so he knows how to approach and really get in the door, even if they already have somebody else as a dumpster provider. I thought that was huge, just to hear real phone calls, not just somebody saying, start making phone calls. Like, he actually showed us. And that was a challenge to me. Also, like, why haven't I not been doing this? Well, just get vulnerable, just take some time, make some phone calls. You might sound silly. You might sound stupid. You might go off the rails. Like, cool, keep calling. And really, that, to me, that took the fear out of a lot of that, where maybe you're not the best over the phone talking with strangers. Right. I get it. So that was encouraging to me. What about you?
So my thoughts on cold calling is, like, that's probably one of the last things I would ever do. At least that's what I thought before this last week. Whether or not that'll change, I don't know. But like here in my office, there's lots of safeguards because I cannot stand the sales call. I cannot stand. We have a big no soliciting sign at the door because we're right off the freeway. People just walk in willy nilly and want to say, I want to talk to the owner, and you're like, hiding in the closet because I'm not going to take, I got things to do or whatever. But so the cold calls has always been kind of tricky for me because I know what it's like on the other end, right, to get those kind of calls. But the difference is, first of all, you're calling local companies, okay? You're calling local companies that need your service, that likely are already using your service, right? I don't want to give away too much because if you wanted to know more about this course, you should have been at the DRS Con. But, these contractors that you're calling, or you're going to call, you should be calling, they need your service just as much as you need them to service, right? So, 9 times out of 10, they're probably unhappy with who they have because the dumpster business is not a very friendly type of business. A lot of dumpster companies are just kind of rude, and the big boys, that's if you can even get them on the phone, because the big boys don't even they don't even have phone support 9 times out of 10, right? So anyways, cold calling was pretty cool. That was definitely an interesting seminar, or interesting talk by him. What you got next?
Just kind of overall what I noticed being there, um, seeing the process of, you know, in my mind it seemed to be like from 0 to 20 cans for a owner, then maybe 20 to 50, and then 50 plus or 75 plus, 100 plus, whatever. There seemed to be different things that I saw and different barriers from these owners that they would be raising questions about, trying to get help with, getting help with the system to integrate things and to work. And for me, just as a smaller operator, to see the different barriers for me to go to, 20 plus cans, 50 plus cans, being able to see that process and see what their problems are down the road, to me really kind of sets the table of, okay, well, for me to get to there, I'm going to have to get through this barrier, this, hiring an actual driver, getting an actual place of land to store. I can't have 20 dumpsters in my driveway. Like, that's not going to happen. And so there's different barriers. And so just hearing that from other business owners, just in conversations and also in some of the actual breakout sessions and what their problems are, to me, that was so valuable, working through these different things that were in the breakout sessions. That was valuable to me just in that, but then seeing their process. So that was an eye opener for me, and just, wow, okay, so there is a rhythm to this. At a certain point, there are tipping points where you've got to adjust, and so that was really big for me, seeing that as well.
Yeah. So assuming that everybody knows what DumpsterCon was, let's just go back real quick. DumpsterCon was held, and I know there's a question there. DumpsterCon was held by Dumpster Rental Systems, and again, we went. They invited all their users out to Austin to their home corporate offices to learn a software, learn the what, as well as marketing and all kinds of stuff, and speakers and vendors. So, with that being said, yeah, there were other companies there just starting out, as little as one or two dumpsters, all the way to what was the most? I think like 200, over 200 dumpsters was one company from Tennessee.
Yeah.
We had companies from New York, Tennessee, California, Texas, obviously, and kind of everywhere in between. So lots of companies, and to your point, like, yeah, I mean, I sat down at a table with a guy with 80 plus, cans, who was kind of telling us that they have multiple yards where they park multiple dumpsters, and they're going to be going and buying it, where they're going to go look at another yard when they got home to possibly purchase. Now, it was a heck of a deal. I'd buy it if I was him, but the price was one of those that you probably can't pass up. But I mean, 30, 40, 50, even I think one of them had 70 acres. He had one piece of land, I want to say, which is nuts. But if your company's paying your rent or your mortgage, then it's a no-brainer if the company can afford it. So super, super cool to be able to talk to those guys. I know I never even heard of Ricky Hickey out of Midland, Odessa, but apparently the guy's got an awesome operation, event rentals company, so like bounce houses, I would assume, chairs, stuff like that. And then he opened up, a dumpster business during COVID, and has been hugely successful over there with, I think, about 100 cans is what I remember him saying he had, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
So, just people like that you can learn from. I mean, it's all about the networking. It's even more about the networking than it is about the show itself, to be, in my opinion, because I can learn a lot more from talking to somebody who's either in, how do I say, who's either at where I'm at now or where I want to be moving forward. So to get some nuggets of information from them and to learn off of them, it's just the same thing why you guys are on this channel watching us here talk, because you're looking for that little nugget, and all you gotta do is, all it takes is one little nugget that could make or break your company and take you to the next level. So super, super cool to go to that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
What do you got next?
Also, just seeing, like, I've before coming to DumpsterCon, speaking with tech support over the phone, getting help. I would like to say I'm pretty good with technology, but sometimes with the back end of the website, I'm I'm not all there. So I've always noticed that there has been they're very, very serious about making sure everything's good, everything's connected, all that. But seeing in person the whole team and constantly saying if there's any type of features you like to see, you have questions about, if we can upgrade something, if there's some type of other problem that we could just tweak something and make this better for you, we will do it right now. It will, if we can't do it today, it will be done as soon as possible on the fly. And so I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What company out there does that? Who is willing to just drop what they're doing and rush to like help you? That's so uncommon today. Seriously, that at some point that takes a lot of more extra, man hours to do that. Takes a lot of effort. Most people don't put in the effort. And so I was just, stunned by that in general, seeing that in person, they're maybe even more hardcore about innovating, asking for features. They're thinking about things they can improve and grow in, but also asking for that feedback. I mean, the whole time they were asking us, is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can learn and tweak things? I was just amazed. That's the type of business I want to be dealing with, they're always innovating. They're not going to just sit here and go, oh, well, we're just here. Like, that's not good enough. It's not good enough for me. It's not good enough for you. Like, we've got to be learning and growing. I'm grateful that they are doing the same thing. They're not messing around. So that was a big point that I saw. Like, wow.
Well, the big thing is that people may not understand. I didn't understand at first either. So the fee that we pay per month, it hardly even covers like what is offered. There's a huge list of things that they offer as far as website, online booking. I mean, tech support. I mean, all that stuff. Basically, they provide obviously in your back end software, can management or dumpster management, routing for your drivers, just all these things. And keep in mind, like, we don't work for DRS. We're not getting paid by DRS. I don't know, Daniel. I don't know if you're getting paid. I'm not getting paid by DRS. We're not. We're just giving our honest opinion of what DRS Con was and this kind of software, this kind of support that we have behind us, basically holding our company, keeping our company going, right? So when I say people don't, what I didn't understand was that DRS is owned by a major, I don't even know, like it's huge company called Full Steam, and then they really make their money off of, I believe, our credit card processing fees, because we process all of our credit cards through them. Now, I just found out a few months ago or 2 months ago that my limo company software was also bought out by Full Steam. So Full Steam seems to be taking over, all these types of service industry softwares, and they're buying them, and then not only do they buy them and just sit, they're not just buying them and just kind of like sitting back and reaping all the benefits. They're buying them and they're pouring all this money back into the software to make it literally the best software there is out there, and pouring all this support and all this like infrastructure into these companies, like DRS and like Limo Anywhere or any of these other ones that they're buying out. And I think it really the biggest person, the biggest people that benefit out of these things or these purchases are us, the end user, because we do have this major team that we can go to. You put in a ticket. Hopefully, I saw some, on the DRS page, that some people were having issues with tickets lately. This last week, they were probably slow to respond because they were all swamped, this last week with all these guys, all these people at their home offices, right? So, but give it a little bit, and I promise you, I'm sure they'll respond and they'll help you out because, like Daniel said, like they're really quick and really. Really helpful. Really, their goal is to really help us out and help grow our businesses at the end of the day.
Yeah, and just my last kind of overall thought. They're always wanting to innovate, always trying to find new ways to help and grow you and all those things. But the culture at that business, the culture in that conference room when they were all standing up there and introducing everybody, and then during the breakout sessions, Natasha, she was just flying around just connecting people with who they needed to talk with. I have questions about this. Oh, that's the guy for you, I'll get him right here. Just doing all those things. every person that I've talked to on the phone and now in person, in my opinion, again, I'm not paid anything at all. In my opinion, they are the Chick-fil-A of the dumpster software, whatever. I mean, it is beyond their pleasure to take care of you, to serve you, to help you, because every single person there had a smile, was ready to roll. Like they didn't get drug in there. Oh, I have to deal with people in person now. Fantastic. It was worse enough. It was bad enough on the phone with them. None of that.
Right.
They were just ready to go, and just everybody I saw just seemed to buy into that. And the long-term play, again, that's definitely the company I want to work with. When they have a culture like that, from everything that I saw, people are there. They believe in the vision. They believe in what they're doing. And when they're doing that as a whole, like, you're unstoppable. Mm-hmm. So, man, I want to, if I'm going to be on their platform, hosting my website, them doing all these things, I mean, I'm so used to maybe people not giving their best, not really caring, but these people do. And to see it in person, I'm like, what?
So, well, keep in mind too, this was we came in on the tail end of that. Like they busted their butts Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with the ERS side because they did the ERS con on Monday and Tuesday. Then it was like a crossover, I don't know, weird transition day on Wednesday, right, where there was kind of both ERS and DRS people there, and then DRS con on Thursday and Friday. So they were already like, could you imagine how much energy they would have had actually on Monday and Tuesday versus Thursday and Friday? I don't even know, but
I couldn't have handled it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was super cool. And again, like the culture you mentioned, that's a good point because like not that it matters, but the whole anybody they wear whatever they want. There's no uniforms there at ERS or DRS. They allow. I mean, they had about I don't know how many dogs running around. It wasn't like a kennel or nothing, but you could bring your dog to work and stuff like that. And I thought they had this like long. I don't even know if you can tell my camera. Where's the camera at? Oh, like a super long poodle. What was it? A poodle? I don't even know. Wiener dog, just kind of walking. Like he would walk around the corner, and like 5 minutes later, his tail end would walk around the corner. I don't know, but it's like wiener dog thing there, and just super cool place to be. And amazing, like. Again, the office, how big it was, just how much money they put into it. Again, it just shows that they care. They're here for the long run. And amazingly, they've only started the dumpster software side of things in 2020. That I did not know either. I don't know if you knew that, but
I joined up with them. That's what. The website went live in December, a year and some change now. But I had been talking to them a few months before until they got it all put together. And I had left Work Easy, and because it really doesn't support, it's a service based, system, but doesn't have inventory, doesn't have a website, doesn't have, all these things. So I'm like, sure. I need to go with an actual dumpster software. And, I would have never guessed the way they handled me. They walked me through the process. They say it would take some time to build the website out. They took everything from my previous website that I made, which was just atrocious. Let that thing be buried, never to be seen. And they took the graphics, took the information that was the solid stuff, and built up my website. And
you can pull up history, right?
What's that?
You can pull up history of any website and check out how it looked beforehand.
Please don't. Oh, dear Lord. That's the website that I've talked about in videos where I'm telling you days and days and days. I would stay up till 3, 4, 5 in the morning, pulling the rest of my hair out going, dude, I don't know what this is doing, but it's supposed to be different than that. I can't get it off the screen. This website looks like a scam. There's nobody in the world who's going to do business with me. And I just can't do it. So thank goodness I got rid of that, and DRS just.
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, it's like, look, why reinvent the wheel when, You can sit there and create a website all day long on all the free builders like not Limo. I'm sorry, like GoDaddy, Website Tonight, or Weebly, or Wix, or any of those other ones. But and you're going to have a template, sure. But the call to actions, the correct format that it's in, the online booking again, it's really hard to try and figure out, okay, online booking, you got to connect it with a credit card processor, whether it be Stripe or something else, and then you're paying Stripe more than likely, maybe a little bit more. I know Stripe has come down over the years because when they first started, the credit card processing fees were super high. But man, I mean, just kind of everything rolled into one. Your service locations, your dumpster sizes, your dumpster pages, your I don't know. Anyways, I feel like I'm a DRS cheerleader now, kind of like what I was called about the other one. But it is what it is. I like to support companies that support me. That's it. Bottom line. And if it helps my company, then I'm gonna talk about it. If it doesn't help my company, then I'm gonna be quiet about it. I'm not gonna say anything, or maybe even I'm not gonna call anybody out, but so that's the thing. I mean, it's just it. So I really support Jeremy, his team, Natasha, Brittany, all those people over there. Josh, Josh, I forgot his last name, but obviously I can't forget his first name. But those people over there are super cool. Those are my pros. Now, do we have any cons, Daniel? I got just one little con that I want to talk about. Questions, comments, concerns. Make sure you guys are asking in the chat because we're answering questions real quick.
Yeah. A con about the event.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
It was sort of hard to find, I guess. The building, they had a flag. The funny thing to me was their big building, and obviously it's much bigger than this, but there was like a dumpster kind of sort of hiding the building on one side. And so I drove past and I was like, oh, is that the building 3? Is it? Oh, past the dumpster? Oh, so I was like, oh, that's ironic. Like,
right.
That should be the calling card for him. But, I've done, I'll just say this. I've done one for RV transport get together meetup for other drivers. We just got together, had some food, hung out. Anytime you do an event for the first time, whether it's just an individual just trying to make sure everything is coordinated to work, or a company, there's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some hiccups along the way, some things that are a little bit awkward or something. You could tell that, I think, that being their first time doing this, they don't have things maybe well groomed as far as an event thing goes with dumpsters specifically. So I would say that, but that comes with anything. And so it's just a process getting they'll evaluate stuff. We'll evaluate stuff. They'll probably ask for feedback we'll probably all get an email asking, hey, what did you like? What you didn't like? What would you like us to emphasize next time? So I think that's just a process of it. Just seeing.
I got mine already. You didn't get an email? They sent one out this morning already.
What?
Yeah, asking for our feedback. They're quick.
Dude.
And they sent us our contact information, everybody's contact information that attended it, who wanted it all to be shared.
Oh my word! Okay, well I gotta check that out.
Yeah, they're quick. They're not playing. Even Saturday I got some messages, or what was it? Somebody said I figured they'd all be on vacation somewhere for the week or something. But they first thing this morning, they're already on the clock, working, sending all kinds of stuff out.
Jeez. Yeah. Wow. What about you? Do you have cons for?
So I'm going to go by what a lot of people have said, right? So obviously expense times are tough right now. And for the little guys, I'm talking about 1, 3, 5 cans, even 10 cans. It's really hard to come up with the cash. And at the end of the day, we're already their customer. So it was a little hard for me to wrap my head around, like, a company that we already pay money to was charging us to go to their corporate offices to talk to them about the software that we pay them to use already. I threw my pen around. However, there was a there was 10x value in going to this dumpster conference than there was in the expense of going. So I really feel like, yeah, they can bring that price down a little bit. I think it was like what, 650, was it 600, something like that.
Depending on when you did it, it was 550, 620, and then 650, I think.
So
Something like
they
that.
could bring it down a little bit, but again, that included meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner the first day, breakfast and lunch the second day, and this was not like some little Subway lunch. I mean, this was some really good catered barbecue, some really good catered
Yeah.
Fuzzy's tacos, which was delicious, some really good food. So that wasn't too bad. Then Jeremy took us all out to dinner. Whoever wanted to go that first night out to a burger joint that was also really good. So, uh, but you're looking at about $1,000, right? Give or take, 2 nights at a hotel, fuel, flight, if or more if you fly in. So for the little guys, I think it was a little expensive, but it is what it is. I mean, you really go to these things, and it's an investment in your business. It's an investment in your success or your road to success in your business, right? So you go to these things, you network, and you do everything you possibly can. If you're going there just to go party, and when I in my little talk there, I said that I didn't come there to make friends. I didn't mean that in a mean way at all. What I meant was I didn't come there to hang out or to have drinks and get drunk, or like if they held the show in Vegas. I've done plenty of shows in Vegas. I don't go there to gamble and to go there and have fun. I go there to learn, and if I make friends in the process, which I always do, and they're usually really lifelong business friends, if not closer, it's just that's a bonus, right? So at the end of the day, you take what you can. You go there with an open mind. You go there with a mind that, like, hey, I don't know everything. If you're not learning, you're dying. And if you go to these events with that kind of attitude, you're always going to walk away with something that you can take back to your business and succeed even more. So, little pricey. Was it worth it? Absolutely 100%. Will I go back in a heartbeat? That's my 2 cents.
I'll just say to that, you so kind of getting two different perspectives. You've been to many of these types of conventions with limo stuff and everything. For me, I've literally been to one other convention, which was Junk Con, and it's not even related. It's sort of related to dumpsters, but the waste industry. But I've only been to one ever. So for a newbie, work easy. Junk Con was half the price. Same flight, hotel, all that. That did not include any food whatsoever. It was a premium price at the convention center in Raleigh, and coming from only going to one of those before to finally coming to this, that's actually for me. It's my own the company that's hosting everything, doing everything for my business. Being there, um, I would definitely say the price is high, but the value was like you said, so much more, like an incredible amount, because being able to see these things come together, being somebody who I literally right now have four of my own, two of my buddies, six maybe if you call it, say that's six. Um, for me to be able to meet the guy who has 50, who has 200 cans, and to see that stair step growth that can happen, and asking questions, and just brainstorming together, to me, I don't know about anybody else, but like we have limiting beliefs, things we just feel like we can't go outside of these different zones. We put ourselves in boxes, I feel like, and sometimes we can break through and we get through stuff. But for me, this event broke through a lot of these little beliefs, barriers that I put up myself in business. And I'm like, what am I doing? It's like they shook me like awake. Like, what are you doing, Daniel? This is the process. Here's how you can do the same thing. Doesn't mean it's easy. It's potentially scary, but like there's a process to this. And so, despite the cost, this shook me up in a way that broke through all that garbage, just lies. And that alone in itself, besides all the tech support and answers and all that stuff, shaking me up and bringing me to reality of where I can build this was enough in itself. That's the whole thing. I mean, that's, however big my business ever gets, that's a huge piece of it. So
I think we all need a little shakeup every now and then. I mean, we all get complacent in our business, in our day to day tasks, in our families, in just burnt out in doing the mundane over and over and over again. And sometimes, like, if you don't have a reality check, if you don't have that shakeup, if you don't have that, like, wake up call, like, hey, look, there's things that you can do instead of sitting around waiting for that phone to ring. There's things that you can do to go out and generate the business, to go out and change your mindset, to change your businesses. It's just not one path that your business can go down. I mean, there's plenty. So, and I think that this type of event, not just this event, but this type of event, always reminds me of that. Like I go back re-energized, ready to take on Waste Management or Republic. Like they're mine to go after, right? Things like that. So, guys, comments, questions, concerns. We're about to wrap it up, but Daniel, I think we got a couple of comments here. Somebody keeps asking for questions about a franchise agreement. That I'm not going to discuss, especially on a public forum. So if you want to do a one-on-one consultation, you could do that, and we could talk that way. But not going to talk about the franchise. Franchise agreements, for those of you guys that don't know, is a monopoly of businesses in Texas. I don't know about other states. I know other states, lots of other states don't do it. Many don't. I think Texas may be one of the only ones that do. But we're literally one company has the ability, the right, the law, city ordinance to place dumpsters in that city, and one company only. Anybody else that places a dumpster in that city can get that dumpster impounded if they enforce it, and can get can get fined, things like that. So it's a huge monopoly, and honestly, like, I have been playing with the idea of trying to see what I could do. However, I'm just one man. I know with all of my YouTube followers and everybody out there that is completely against it, we could probably go up against them even more so. But if I can find a lawyer who's willing to take a class action lawsuit, but it's happened before. That's the thing. It's been done before, and the big boys have won because they've got millions and millions and millions of dollars backing them with lawyers and all that stuff. So that's a whole another video, and I'm going to talk about that one of these days because it is what it is. But is there a way around it? Just to answer your question real quick, no, there's not a way around it. But yeah, one-on-one consultation. There's a link in my description below called what is it called? The link tree. You can schedule a one-on-one, and we'll schedule it that way through my Buy Me a Coffee link. What else you got? Anything else? I think that's pretty much it.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Would you go back? Would you do it again?
If I can get another load down there, maybe. No, I definitely would. Yeah, I think it's an investment in yourself and in your business, and you may not see the dividend like tomorrow, and maybe actually you might will getting certain help from them. But I would definitely go back. I'm gonna go back if they have it next year. So absolutely.
It just takes one dumpster rental, or 1.5, depending on your rates, maybe even 2. But just one dumpster rental that you could get out of that would pay for that entire, well, at least for the price of admission, right? I know I gave a guy some pretty good advice that will save him probably a good amount of money based on where he's dumping at. I think that paid for his price of admission, I would think, because it's a game changer for him as far as where he's dumping. And it's going to save him a lot of money down the road. So just things like that. There's little tidbits like that really help other people out. What do you think about Keystone's trailer?
Dude.
Uh-oh.
Dude. If I didn't have the roll-off truck that I've got.
You liked it? Okay.
That trailer is awesome. Everything is like... I feel like it's way
more overbuilt,
bulked up. It's like it's overkill. It's like oh, you want a trailer to roll off some dumpsters? I'm bringing the heat. Like, for real. That is nasty. That is awesome.
I just told him if he can find a way to put a hook on the trailer, a hook lift. I mean, I would be because to have even if it's, I don't know, I'm just going to throw out, well, I'm not even going to throw out some numbers, but $30,000 for a hook lift, a backup, instead of going out and paying twice as much for a used truck or something like that. It'd be really nice if I get a hook lift trailer and one that, is actually built as tough as theirs is. But anyways, Keystone had an awesome trailer there. Big shout out to them. Keystone Waste Management. And I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I wish I wasn't so far away from Keystone.
Yeah.
The fuel, the shipping to get some of their cans up to me is probably going to be just unreal as far as pricing goes. But I do remember, I don't know if we're able to say or not or whatever, they said there might be some other things happening to where there might be something in the Midwest.
Other locations.
Like, that's me. Come on up here.
Yeah.
I'll buy Chick-fil-A or something. Let's go. Like,
right. I think that obviously, when you can fit, I don't even know how many they can fit. I think they said up to 9 sometimes on a trailer. I don't know. But if you buy a whole trailer load, and you divide that cost amongst 9 different dumpsters, then it's probably worth it. But if you're looking at only a couple, I can't imagine what the cost would be. But, because I'm not buying 9 at a time, but if I was, I know a guy in Florida who's looking at one, and all he had to do was post it on the Facebook group and said, if anybody wants to split a trailer load down to Florida, maybe we can go half and half. Who's in his area? So I don't know the logistics of that and how that would work, and how all that stuff. But it's doable. It's just kind of play with it a little bit. But their dumpsters are definitely top notch. So
it looked like it to me in person. That's for sure.
Yeah, big difference, right? I mean, even knock on that dumpster, it's solid.
That was absolutely solid. I'm like, man, I've been playing with these. Thankfully the dump trailers have gotten to me where I'm at, but that was for a season, and now we go to the big boys. So, I'm if not them, something that's got to be better than names that we shall not name.
Well, one thing that I didn't even say in my Keystone trailer video, but one thing he mentioned there too was that their plans are to take that same hoist from the trailer and be able to take it and put it on a truck chassis. So if you want to upgrade from, you start on a trailer and then you want to upgrade to a truck, kind of like you and I both did, you have the same setup. And then you can haul the same cans, and they're all standard rail, and you can go from there and continue growing. I mean, it's basically taking all my mistakes that I made in this industry, like growing my business, and just kind of a solution for them all.
Yeah, people solving our problems for us, cutting out the middleman. That's ultimately that's what we're trying to do. Help other people don't go through the silly mistakes we've gone through, and awesome to have people trying to help all of us out with that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We got no more questions. Oh, somebody said bison cougar. Never even heard of a cougar. Somebody just started talking about cougar the other day. 16,000 new built, just as heavy, if not heavier, can haul. 16,000. Now come on, man. Black Road bound. 16 grand. I don't even think you can get the materials nowadays for 16 grand. Now, that might be pre-COVID, I don't know. A $16,000 trailer, that's the same price that I think I paid for my Lone Star, and that was just nothing but angle iron and, some little toy Tonka truck, hoist. Just saying. I don't know. I'm not trying to say anything. I mean, if you can get me a build sheet spec that says a Bison trailer costs $16,000 new now, I mean 2023. Are we done?
There it is. We're done.
All right, y'all. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Black Road, send it to my email at americanafdumpsters@gmail.com. I want to see it. americanafdumpsters@gmail.com. Send me that invoice. I want to take a look at it. But thank you guys so much. Smash that notification bell. We will see you guys on the next one. Daniel, thanks for joining. You're going to edit this video and you're going to throw it up on your, over here, on your website, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right, guys. We will see you on the next one.
See you guys. I will email.